Full. How are the boys?
They're wonderful. Wink's been in his shed doing guitar all day while I've been away out meeting Madge. So but he was just like, oh, I'm sick of being in my shed. As soon as I got in there to say hello, I've been in here too long. I'm all guitared out.
Yeah.
So yes, we have one lovely. Say hello. Let me know who you are. I am really thirsty tonight.
Are you? So are you fasting today?
No, not fasting today. So no, I'm not fasting today.
I am.
But
I am fasting.
What?
I am.
You are. You're so good.
Well, I try.
Yes, please, a tea. Yeah, I know, because I was so thirsty I had to. It's still got stuff in it. Just give me a big mug of tea. Thank you, darling. Hi, Debs. Hi, Karen. Hi, Carol. Hi, Snow. Hi, Beverly. Hi, Violet. How are you all doing? Let us know if you're fasting. Let us know what's been going on since we last chatted. Any questions? Pop them up in capitals. Yeehaw! We're going. Hi, Robin. Hi, Elena. They're all saying hello to you as well. Woo! Okay. You were quick tonight. That's 1 minute in and we have 10 lovelies. That's fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us.
Absolutely.
I've got to say hi to the lovelies, Wink. He's got his hat on, look.
Hi, Wink.
Hi, you're right.
How you doing? You look cold, man. You've been out in the working on the guitars out in the garage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again.
You turn the heat on in there, man. You look cold.
No, there is a heater, but it's just chilly here.
Oh yeah.
It's a bit cold outside tonight. Hi, Mary Beth. Hi, Gwendoline. Hi. Thanks for joining. Who have we got? Violet's fasted for 18 hours yesterday. Well done. Debs is celebrating her daughter Deandra's birthday. Beverly, you are such a rock star. She's fasting twice a week. There you go. High five.
That's awesome. That's good.
Violet got a little bit hangry. That's normal. No worries. They're all saying hi to you.
Hangry?
Hangry.
She got hangry.
Hangry. Hangry is hungry and angry at the same time because you're hungry.
At the same time, yeah.
I think it's called hyperglycemic, isn't it, or something? Hi, Sandy, babes. How you doing? Oh, gosh, got to have a guzzle. This, I just want to say, is water from our new fridge. Yes!
It looks kind of brown. It looks like beer.
Yes, it does. No, I have got a blackberry fizz stick in it, which I really like. Gives me loads of energy. Mm-hmm. Energy on, oh, he's put that in the place where my other drink was. I'll have to stick this down here. So yeah, today I met the lovely Madge, who is out, so she might not be on till a little bit later. You should have an animal guest, Jagger. I did do one of the live shows with Jagger in here, but all he does is just sleep at my feet.
That's a good animal.
Oh, it is a good animal. He's so good. He's so lovely. Hi, Laurie, darling. And Deandra says hello to everyone, saying happy birthday. Vanessa Argo is on. Hi, sweetheart. How are you doing? Beverly says she always watches Dr. Gilmore's Morning Hello on fasting day. Thank you, Doctor.
Oh, wonderful.
It's
good to know that somebody sees it. It doesn't look like he gets many views, but I just like to know that, you know, if anybody's out there fasting, they're not alone. I'm definitely fasting with you today. So just a few more hours to go in night time, and then tomorrow I'm starting a whole new regimen.
Oh, pray tell, pray tell.
Part of my fun for today.
Oh, we're dying to hear that. My back is fantastic, and I know I have promised. Some of my YouTube lovelies have been asking for an update because I haven't done a video on my back for a long time. So we will do one of those. In fact, we've got quite a few. We've got a package has arrived from one of the lovelies. I don't know who it's from at the moment, but we'll be opening that. I have got my cocoa skin, so I shall be showing you that. What else have we got?
Cocoa skin definitely makes you look younger.
Excellent.
It made me look younger.
Well, you look positively 20.
20. Somebody said, you look 25. I said, thank you very much. Nothing wrong with your vision today. Let's mark that off the box. Check.
Excellent.
Good vision.
Yeah,
So Madge, we were talking about on Sunday some ideas for topics and things that might be interesting, and somebody suggested foods to avoid. Well, I got to tell you, I did not make a lot of progress in that direction because there aren't a lot of foods to avoid if you're a vegan. I mean, as far as vegan foods, right? They're also healthy. There's not really a lot of them that you want to stay away from. So I just went the other direction. I was saying, what are the best foods, right? What would be like my top superfoods, right? So that's kind of the direction I went. And then I created a spreadsheet and I started taking different foods that I eat pretty often and said, what do these look like calorie-wise and how much protein, how much fat, what's the fiber content? And then it sort of went on like, well, what if I were to create a day?
Yeah.
What if I were to create, this would be a great vegan day if this is what I ate.
All right. That's good.
So that's where it ended up. It sort of ended up with, this is my perfect vegan day. So to answer the question before that somebody asked or had been asked, what do I eat? I'm going to tell you what you're going to eat. Because today, I'm going to give you my perfect vegan day. I'm going to tell you the calories.
Perfect vegan day.
I went full out on this. I went complete spreadsheet and everything.
Look, I'm giving you a heart.
All right. And I'm going to break this down for you.
Okay.
And I know everybody's fasting today, and it's no fun to talk about food when you're fasting, but the total number of calories for what I'm going to show you worked out to 1,413 calories, which is, for some of us that's a lot. For some of us that's a little. For me, that's a little on the low end, but there's nothing wrong with a 1,400 calorie day. So in that 1,400 calories, there are 63.5 grams of protein. And I think that's a fairly decent number for most people about how much protein. Some need a little bit less, some need, maybe if you're larger, you need a little bit more. But this worked out to that number, 63.5 grams of protein, 44 grams of fat. All fat, by the way, because it's plant fat, right?
Yeah, plant fat.
And 62 grams of fiber.
Nice.
That's right. So you might ask, how did I accomplish this feat?
I'm going to write those figures too. 62 grams of fiber. How many of fat?
It was 44.
44 g fat.
63.5 grams of protein.
0.5, very important.
Very important to get that 0.5 on there. And 1,413 calories in one day.
1,403.
1413.
1413, sorry.
1413.
13.
So this I wanted to do something that would eliminate the guessing game for me. So what you're going to see is exactly what I'm going to eat tomorrow. So when we're done, the DW and I've got my really super lazy sweats on, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to go Krogering. We're going to Kroger.
Yeah.
And I've actually taken this diet, not meaning to call it a diet, this list of what to eat tomorrow.
Yeah.
I made it up. I printed it out and I showed somebody in the clinic. I said, I've been working on this. This is what I'm going to eat tomorrow. And then I had somebody else say, I want to see yours. And then somebody else. The next thing you know, they're laminating it. And then they photocopied it. And it's all over the clinic.
Brilliant.
That's how amazed they are at my health. They're stealing my ideas for what to eat. So I will not make you wait any longer. We will start with breakfast,
Oh,
and I call this part here the breakfast blend. The breakfast blend, and it's basically I'm going to block myself out here. Oh, that looks kind of weird. I'll just block Sue. How's that? Yeah, that looks better.
oh no! I'm gonna get this up so that I can show it on my screen in my blocked thing. I'm just gonna find you. Are you on Facebook or are you on?
No, I'm on YouTube.
Good, because I find it much easier to find.
I'm crouching down. I'm looking up now. Okay, so the breakfast blend, and I came up with this because the idea was that you'd throw this in the blender, right?
Yeah.
But you don't have to. You could just eat this. You wouldn't have to blend it together. You could. So tomorrow morning, I'm going to decide if I'm actually going to blend this or am I just going to eat. I'm probably just going to eat it. I probably will, but the idea was throw this in a blender and maybe add a little water to it and blend it up and just drink it down. But it starts off with 1/4 cup raw walnuts, which gives you, there it is, yeah, there you go, which gives you 191 calories, 4.5 grams of protein, 2 grams of fat, and 2 grams of fiber, loaded with thiamine, riboflavin, folate, niacin, iron, magnesium, and manganese.
Packing a punch.
I decided that with each food item, and these are all raw food items, these are all whole food items that I've got on here, I decided that with each one I would sort of pick out what some of the super parts of the food, some of the nutrition information about it, why it's so groovy, right? All right, so 1/4 cup raw walnuts, 1 cup mashed banana, and that is 1 medium banana.
Okay.
So you can go either way. 1 medium banana, lots of potassium, lots of vitamin C and vitamin B6, also known as pyridoxine, in your banana. And then 1/2 cup of the standard dehydrated prunes. Oh, the bananas, I went through. Let's see, the bananas, 100 calories. And it really depends on where you get that information. Some places, the bananas, they said it was 200 calories. I didn't think that was right. I think that was just one site. And I came back and I researched it further, and I believe a cup of mashed banana is 100 or so. A medium banana is 100 calories. 2 grams of protein, 1 gram fat, 6 grams of fiber, so a lot of fiber in the banana. And then a 1/2 cup of what we usually see like in these packages of prunes. I don't know if you still call that a whole food. I do, because you really can't get prunes if they're not sort of dehydrated and packaged. You know,
it's still you can get plums. It's still a whole food.
I think of it that way.
It is, because it's not processed. It's just dried.
Yeah. It's just dried a little bit. It's not completely dried. It's just sort of dehydrated, but it's the standard prune. So a 1/2 cup is 223 calories, 3 grams of protein, 1/2 gram of fat, and 7 grams of fiber, loaded with vitamin A, loaded with potassium and niacin. And there are more nutrients, okay? These are just some of the top nutrients. Yeah. So that's going to be my breakfast tomorrow.
Wow.
And I think that works out to about 600 calories right there. 191, 291, 491, a little over 500 calories. Okay.
So you just whiz all that up together, do you?
Yeah, I mean, you can put it in a blender or you can just eat the items individually.
Okay, cool. Would you add some water if you made it into a smoothie?
I think I would. I think I would probably put a cup of water in there to liquefy it a little bit more because there's not a lot. Otherwise it would be kind of dry, I think. So if you were going to make a shake out of that, I think you'd want to add a little water to it. If you wanted a few more calories, you could add some almond milk or soy milk or something like that to it. Just add that into your list if you're keeping track. Okay, so let's close that one. That was the breakfast blend, so that's what I'm going to have for tomorrow morning.
Wow. Fantastic.
And then for lunch tomorrow, I'm going to have to make this and take it to work, but I'm going to do this. So tonight I'll be preparing this. This I call the lunch chop.
The lunch chop.
Lunch chop. And here is the lunch chop. The lunch chop is fewer calories, It has 1 cup chopped tomatoes, which are 33 calories, 1.5 grams of protein, 1/2 gram of fat, and 2 grams of fiber. 1/2 cup cubed avocado.
Num num. Lovely.
120 calories, 1.5 grams protein, 11 grams of fat, and 5 grams of fiber. And then 1 cup chopped bell pepper, 30 calories, 1 gram of protein, no fat, 0 on the fat, and 2.5 grams of fiber.
Nice.
So basically, I'm just going to chop this all up. Avocado chopped or cubed, tomatoes chopped, bell pepper chopped up, mixed up in a bowl with foil on it or in a Tupperware thing. And that's going to be my light lunch tomorrow. Okay?
Fantastic.
And so there's another, now that's only about 200 calories, under 180 calorie lunch. So
Excellent.
a light lunch. Right?
They're laughing at me calling it a whizzer.
That's okay.
Blender.
That's my
Blender.
lunch chop.
That's your lunch chop. That's all your favourite things together, basically, isn't it?
Lunch chop.
Tomatoes and bell peppers.
And then here comes the supper stir.
Oh, supper stir.
Supper stir, because you can throw all this in a pan and stir fry it up. Here it is. So you don't have to be hungry in the evening.
Fabulous.
You start out with 2 cups edamame, which are soybeans. 378 calories, 34 grams of protein, 16 grams of fat, and 16 grams of fiber. I'm going to try to move it up a little bit.
Brilliant.
I'm going to scrunch down a little bit. So there we go. That works better for me. And 1/2 cup cooked quinoa, 111 calories, 4 grams of protein, 2 grams of fat, and 2.5 grams of fiber. 1 ounce chia seeds, 139 calories, 4 grams protein, 9 grams of fat, and 11 grams of 11 grams of fiber.
Wow. 11 grams.
1 cup of white mushrooms, and it says 1 cup boiled on here, but it just means you're going to cook it, so you don't have to boil them in advance. You can just throw them in the stir fry if you want to use raw mushrooms and then cook them, or if you want to get canned mushrooms, and that's fine. It's perfectly fine. Doesn't matter. It's a cup of white mushroom, though. 43 calories, 2 grams protein, 1 gram fat, 3 grams fiber, and then 1 cup of spinach. And it says raw on here. You can get raw or canned. The numbers are the same. I looked them both up. They're absolutely the same. 45 calories, 6 grams protein, 1 gram fat, 5 grams of fiber. So for dinner, you get, or for supper, 378, 478, 578, about 650 calories to end the day. So you start off with a lot of calories, you have a light lunch, and then you get a big supper. And all together, and if you look at the extras on there, I didn't talk about it, but in the edamame, you get the folate, the zinc, copper, manganese. With your quinoa, you get folate, vitamin B6, thiamine, riboflavin. With your chia seeds, you get calcium, manganese, and phosphorus. White mushroom, you get the cholecalciferol, which is your vitamin D. We all know that you get lots of vitamin D with the mushrooms. You can ask Chrissy about that. Choline and folate, those are important. Spinach, loaded with vitamins. Vitamin A, vitamin K, vitamin E, folate, magnesium, calcium, and iron. And that
Excellent.
is one day of what a vegan could eat.
Yeah.
And have that little over 1,400 calories, over 60 grams of protein, 44 grams of fat, and over 60 grams of fiber. That's a high fiber, high protein, very healthy, super delicious, power-packed, vegan day. And what you see there, is what I'm going to eat tomorrow. Wow. And I'm actually going to try to eat it every day, as long as I can, and then get my blood drawn and see what my labs look like. That's kind of what I was thinking I would do.
Excellent.
Kind of what I was thinking. Although some people mentioned, well, you're going to eat this every day, and I
Alexa,
thought, well,
stop. Sorry.
I might make some changes, like for some days, but they'll be just substitutions. They won't really change the overall formula. So,
excellent. Anyway, that sounds fantastic.
So that represents what I think what a great day would look like if you're a whole food plant-based eater and you're avoiding animal products and you want healthy food and you want to be sure you're getting enough protein and you want to be sure you're getting enough fat. I mean, we want to be sure we're getting enough healthy essential fats in our diet. We need those, right?
Yeah.
All of that's predicated on taking a multivitamin once a day, right? We all know we need to do that. You should take your Meta 7 if you have it. You should take your hair, skin, and nails, your Cocoa Skin Plus if you have it, right? You can take all your supplements in the morning, right? You can do all of that. If you're on medications that can be taken with food, you should be just fine with that breakfast blend.
Yeah, that's quite a hearty breakfast, I would say. I
would say it's pretty close to the 80-10-10 we talk about, right?
Yeah.
The 80% fruits and vegetables, 10% mushrooms, and 10% nuts and grains. So I tried to fit all of the things we talked about into one day, what it would really look like if you followed the instructions of what we talk about, how to eat to optimize your health and to be whole food plant-based and make sure that you hit all those macronutrients that everybody says, oh, where do you get your protein? Where are you getting this? Where are you getting that? Is that safe? This answers all those questions. Okay, so I actually have a single picture that I could put up. So if you want to do a screen grab that has all of this on it, I'm going to put it up and leave it for just a moment so that if anybody wants to, just later on come back and do a screen grab off of this. There it is.
Will you email it to me?
And then you can, I can email that to you.
If you email it to me, I'll put it in the description of this, and some of my lovelies would like to put it on Facebook as well, because I've got a lot of people following me on that as well. So, yeah, I will, and I'll put all the grams in it, and I'll make so that you can see all the benefits.
Hang on, let me, yep. I just hit the wrong button, so let me quit that real quick, and I'm going to open up my email. And I'll email it to you here. It's going out momentarily.
Is that at your end, that clicking?
Yeah, I'm clicking. I'm about to email. Sue at, there you are, subject, menu. That'll be the subject. Menu. And it's going to say Daily Vegan Eats on it.
That would be quite good, actually, because there's enough variety in each meal to keep you interested, even if you ate it all the time. And I think that's what I find with fruits and veg. You can just keep
the top
repeating.
10. I ended up with 11, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, I guess 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11 items. I was looking for 10, but there's 11 items. It's pretty close. Nothing magic about 10, but it would have been kind of cool.
11's good. Legs 11? Why not?
So there you go. I'll take that down. So that's what I'm going to do tomorrow, and that's I might expand on those and do some more. So if you're the kind of person you like to have a guide to follow, and you want to be sure you're getting everything you're supposed to get, this will do it.
And it's a simple shopping list.
Yeah. So I told you I had something. I didn't know if you'd like it or not, but I told you I had something to share. So I worked on this a little bit, and I said, what could I come up with if I really put my mind to it and said, what would be a good day? So that would be a good day. I think that would be a healthy vegan day.
And it is. And 2 of your meals are completely raw,
right? Which
is good. So I've got a couple of questions and a tickle in my throat. So Robin is asking, do you add oil to the lunch chop? And if so,
no.
what type?
No, there's nothing except what you saw there.
Yeah.
There's no salt added to it. There's nothing to it. Now, I suppose if you did the supper stir and you wanted to throw a little spice in there of some kind, if you wanted to add your salt, that's your business. But as we've reviewed, a lot of these vegetables already have sodium. They already have some sodium, so you really don't need to. It's not necessary.
You could add black pepper or chili seeds if you wanted to.
Sure.
Yeah, something like that.
You could toss in some sliced banana peppers in there. You could do that, or jalapenos if you want to spice it up. Or why not?
Or you could add herbs and spices, couldn't you? You could throw in so you could throw in Moroccan spices or Indian spices or Chinese spices or Italian spices, because herbs and spices are all very good for you. Lots of medicines, started with roots and herbs and leaves. So herbs are really good, and you find that animals naturally will search amongst the grass for different types of grasses and different types of herbs because they know that they're good for them. So you can always change the flavour of them, or you could just enjoy them naturally. So no added oil. And somebody doesn't like bananas and has said she hates bananas. Is this? Jackie. She really hates bananas, so what could be a good replacement?
Apricots.
There you go, apricots.
When you pick up your prunes, get some dried apricots.
There you go.
And just calculate out 100 calories worth. If you want to stick with the 100, the 1,400 calorie idea, or you could put enough in to where you boosted up the same amount of protein, whatever you desire.
Yeah.
But if you guys like this and you want me to do more of them, I'll come up with more. We'll come up with more variety. But this was just sort of an idea I played with for the last couple of days, thinking it might be fun to answer that question. What should I eat? Because some people have asked that in the past, and it always kind of puzzled me. But you know what? My patients asked me the same question. Well, what should I eat? So now I'm going to hand them this piece of paper when they ask me that. So, let me show you what you can eat. That's what I'm going to do.
Try this for a day and see how you feel.
There you go.
That's brilliant. Lots of people are saying thank you here. Karen is saying you could add garlic to your stir fry. That would be lovely too. Garlic is full of health benefits. Yeah, they're all saying, hey, Wonder Woman says, I think it's a sin to hate bananas. That's really funny. I think that sounds absolutely fantastic. I'm going to do that as well. And I think, all these ingredients, I think Jackie was asking, where do you get them from? You're probably talking about the edamame beans. They're just soybeans and they're everywhere now. They're just everywhere. In Sainsbury's, Tesco's, Morrison's all have them. Lidl and Aldi, they'll have them. All of those shops will have them, and they'll have pouches of cooked quinoa, like you get like Uncle Ben's rices. You also get quinoa and mixed beans and all sorts of stuff. It's a real range.
That's right. They're pre-cooked, and you can just microwave them right up if you want.
1 minute in the microwave, and it goes.
Just be careful. Watch out for preservatives if you do that.
Yeah. But if you buy it dried, you can just cook it yourself, just like, cooking pasta or rice or something. Just follow the directions on the pack.
Right.
And all the rest of the ingredients are just fruits and vegetables. So, all, easy to get a hold of, and everything. Hi, Madge! I saw you today. Excellent. Lovely to see you on, babes. Madge, just to let you know, Dr. Gilmore has just given his ideal menu for a day of vegan eating, and I'm going to post it up later. But if you flick back, you'll be able to see on the comments. That's fantastic. That's really, really, really good.
You like that? I thought that would be fun to do.
Yeah. And so lots of people are going to do it too, so we could all do that. I'm going to do my big fridge shop because, sad to say, the only thing that's in my fridge, which whipped in there yesterday without me knowing, because obviously I was at work, is a pack of Lurpak. So the only thing in my brand new virginal fridge is a great lump of animal fat.
Oh, goodness.
I know. And then Finian put his fish pate in, which he did make himself, because I'm teaching him life habits. And that's just a big lump of Philadelphia and tuna fish in the fridge. And there's nothing else in it but that. I didn't even get to put a vegetable in it first. I shall pray to the God of fridge for forgiveness later. Mind you, it's going to be so full of fruits and veg yesterday that, you know, it's just going to like my dog. I'm so excited.
You know what we could do is we could come up with one of these for each week, and everybody could kind of enjoy the same menu.
Yeah, that would be really good. Would you like that, guys? Let us know if you would like that. I think that would be fun.
I'll work on another one for next week then.
That's really good. That's brilliant. Right, that's fantastic. And obviously we should work on the menu when we're fasting. Although I have to say I'm not fasting today.
You're not supposed to go shopping when you're hungry, but that's what I'm about to go do here in a little bit. I've got to go make sure we have. I checked in the pantry. We have a lot of, we have the prunes and we have the walnuts, and we're low on avocado and tomatoes, so we got to go pick that up. We've got the quinoa and the chia seeds, and I think I need the spinach. So we're going to have to go make a quick shopping trip just to make sure I have enough of this for tomorrow.
Yeah.
But I think I've got most of it.
That's brilliant. Frozen spinach will be a really good one, and it's much cheaper. And if you're going to have it day after day, just stick a bag of frozen spinach in your freezer.
Right. You had it right. That's how we pronounce it over here in the States. We say spirage.
Yeah, like clarets or whatever as well.
Yeah, Clarets is when you get the little pieces of the cauliflower, lot like broccoli florets. If you pull the little leaves off, those are chlorets with the cauliflower.
Hang on.
I
think your nose just grew really long.
It may not be the truth.
I think that's your nose hitting the screen there, Dr. G.
Well, as my grandpa Clarence used to always tell me, he said, "Son, the Lord loves a cheerful liar." I've been looking in the Bible for that. I have not found it. But
yeah, that's just hearsay, I think. Yeah. Oh, they're saying that they think Sandy's saying this would really help her a lot. And I think it is really good because, do you know what? We're all used to following, I'm going to say the bad D word, diets. And we go, right, I'm on a diet. Oh, what am I allowed to eat on Monday? Oh, right, I can have this. And all you do is focus on this.
And wait a minute. So everybody knows this is Madge's fault. All of this Madge needs to own this because she's the one that said, go pick, we want to know what foods to avoid. So now you have something you have to follow instead. I really looked. I really couldn't find, bad food, bad veggies. I mean, there's not, like the worst of the worst. I mean, they're all good.
Yeah.
They're not bad ones. They're just some that are more nutritious than others,
yeah.
And the ones that have less nutrition have lots of fiber. I mean, so they're not bad. It's like we talk about, for those of you that might be fasting today, if you're really having a rough time with it, go get yourself some celery. There's no nutritional value to celery. I mean, it's basically just water inside of cellulose husk, right? I mean, that's all it is. It's just plant, right? I mean, but it's got a purpose, right? It's filling, at least. I mean, if it won't break your fast, neither will cucumber, right?
Yeah.
But, so if you're making a big salad and you want to get full, you can put that stuff in there. Yeah. I guess we could have thrown a bunch of cucumbers in with the lunch chop, right? Wouldn't have added anything to it.
Yeah, just make it more succulent, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I saw somebody that I know is doing, she's drinking a glass of celery juice, just celery, just juiced every morning. She's starting her day off with that, and I need to look into it more to find out. She's finding it very beneficial and she's feeling a lot better. But that might be because she's replacing eating a traditional cereal
That's
breakfast.
like the old oatmeal thing. Years ago, they came out with this thing that said, if you have Quaker oats for breakfast every morning, it'll lower your cholesterol by a certain number of points. Well, yeah, because you're not eating the bacon and eggs that you normally ate for breakfast. You're eating oats instead. It's not the oats. It's what you're leaving out, right?
It's the change, yeah.
Yeah.
Karen is asking what would be an alternative for walnuts, and I'm guessing pecans would be good, or you could use almonds, or you could use
almonds I think you
Cashew
could
nuts.
you could probably substitute. Do your own calculations. Go look up the nutritional value and make substitutions if you want. If there's one that you just don't like, if you
don't like, there's so much. You don't want to be following something. If you really hate bananas, that's just going to be.
And that's just ridiculous.
That's going to be like this in the morning, and it's to
ridiculous.
Be enjoyed.
Nobody hates bananas. Come on. Put it in the blender, whip it all up, whiz it up as Sue says, and you won't taste any individual thing in there anyway. Come on, people. Bananas are delicious.
Yeah,
nobody doesn't like bananas.
Yeah. Except maybe 2 people on here in the whole world. But as Jackie says that someone said it was a sin not to love bananas. A couple of them reckon they're going to hell. So, I mean, Karen, if you look up, if you Google something like health benefits or properties of nuts and put the word comparison, there'll be a chart up there and they'll have little X's in boxes and which has got the grams of this, that and the other, because nut milks are just all over the place, the whole paleo diet, seeds and nuts, so that would be really good.
I think everybody pretty much agrees that the healthiest nut is the walnut. It's probably top of the tree nuts, top of the nut family. I mean, it is a very healthy nut, and the oils that are found in the walnut are absolutely the best nut oil for you. So that's why I picked. I mean, we'll pick other nuts and seeds and things for other menus in the future then, if you guys want to keep doing this.
Yeah, that would be fantastic. And then we could get a variety. Then you could we could work out a crossover, so you could get a shopping list and go, this is what I'm eating this week, and you'd know you needed X amount of bananas, amount of bananas a week, and how many frozen spinach and this and that and the other. And then you can swap it about for seasonal things as well. In fact, do you know what Madge told me? She's bought a new whizzer. Said it again. So she went and got one of those. And one of the things is like a recipe for making peanut butter. And it is just peanuts. And she's made her own peanut butter. How cool is that? I thought it was amazing. Amazing. And I'm going to start try making some nut milks, because I'm very shocked at the 3.5% of cashew nut milk that's actually in my cashew nut milk. So I think it's probably a lot of CWRAP. It's not CW, CRAP in them, she said politely, using spelling. So Beverly is laughing that your whole office will all be bringing in the same lunch.
I know, it was crazy. It just took off. I mean, it was like, this sort of, I don't know what, a fad or something, and it had a life of its own. Before I knew it, Jenny walked back and, here's your diet back. And I'm like, where did you get that? Because I took it out of your office and I copied it for the front office people and highlighted, like nobody even asked me. They just took it. Excellent. See? They just stole it away.
They're following their leader.
No, it was great. I was glad to do it. It was fun. It was an exploration for me. At first I was just going to do it in a Microsoft Word, but now I have it actually in a spreadsheet, so I can take items out and substitute and see how and make sure that, because you want to be sure that you still get in that 50 to 60 grams of protein. You can do with a little bit less, but I wanted to start with a higher protein look. So, you probably don't need more than about 45 to 50 grams of protein a day. I think, this particular menu, this one day menu, we'll call it that instead of a diet. We'll call it a menu, right? This one day menu, it just happens to be higher protein. We can create some that'll have a little bit less.
Cool.
Yeah.
They're saying, Geraldine is saying, sorry, Doc, I'm the top of the nut family.
Okay. I can't argue with a statement like that, right?
No, we wouldn't want to interfere with that. Okay, you got it, girl. I'll be eating raw spinach. Do you know what? I've been making this quick 5-minute curry that I made at Wink's Family. I've literally, it's like I'm addicted to it. And in fact, I love it so much that I keep going as I'm chomping all the different textures. It's the whole process of the textures in it that I just love so much. As I do that, I keep thinking, I wonder if I'm a food addict. I don't know. I don't even know how to go about even diagnosing that. I'll have to pick your brains on what a food addict is another time. But I always have a giant bag of spinach, and I put nearly the whole bag in, so it's a real load of spinach. But while I'm cooking it, because you can't put the whole lot in or it'll just be over the top of the wok, so I put like a massive handful in, then I put the lid on and just let it wilt before I stir it in, and then I sit there just going little stalks hanging out. I absolutely love raw spinach, and I don't think it's so nutritious raw, although the raw food that people would say differently.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine raw. There's nothing wrong with raw. Raw spinach is probably the best way to eat it, don't you think?
I would say, yeah. There was this thing I read.
You just have to eat a lot of it. I think that when you cook it, it cooks down so much, but when you eat it raw,
it's like a little blob, isn't it?
You have to eat a lot of it. I mean, to get a cup of spinach, I mean, if you mash it down in your measuring cup, that's actually a lot of spinach.
Yeah, it is. And raw, you won't get hardly anything in, so I would say that you need a good few handfuls. Actually, there will be a conversion chart. You'll be able to type into Google what weight of raw spinach equals 1 cup of cooked spinach, and it will just tell you. You can do that with like ground spices and fresh spices and everything. And what I do when I do my recipes, every ingredient I go, health benefits of cinnamon. And then I read it, and then I copy and paste it, and I put it into a note small enough so that whenever I do a recipe, I can put the words up of the health benefit and what properties and what things it helps, what diseases it helps to fight, or whether it's good for lowering the blood pressure or, fiber or blah, 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 because there's loads of, a myriad of benefits to different things. And so I keep a dossier of them so that I can just go through all my notes on my iPhone and just go, right, that's nutmeg, bang, and just put it in. And if I haven't got it there, I just add it. Jackie, could you remind me of the milk to go up in my porridge that you told me about? Any nut milk, Jackie, any nut milk. So my favourite is cashew nut milk, but you can get almond milk, you can get hemp milk, you can get rice milk, you can get oat milk. That goes really well with oats if you're making porridge. I
actually thought oat milk was pretty good. I was surprised at how good oat milk was.
It's really creamy.
I liked it.
It's really creamy.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. Geraldine, I love raw baby spinach. I love it. Yeah, I love it too. We have 2 food scales because my son weighs his food. Okay, cool. It's whatever floats your boat. I find I cannot be bothered to weigh food. I really like this whole American cup system because it's a visual amount as well. So
you guys don't use cups over there?
No, we use grams. We used to use ounces.
Yeah.
So everything was in ounces when I was a kid. Then we went metric, so it's grams. So we used to have like 8 ounces of butter was your standard pack of butter. I expect yours are like 100 ounces because everything's so big in the States. But we had like little pats of butter like that, that were 8 ounces. Now they're, I think, 250 grams. I'm not even sure. So like I learnt to make cakes by 4 ounces of flour, 4 ounces of butter, 4 ounces of sugar, and 2 eggs.
You know what? I apologize to all of those that benefit by using the metric system, which clearly is a better system. I didn't even think to put any of this in metric.
No.
Shame on me. I feel bad about that now.
But all food is. It's the grams per. It's the amount of like fat in. It's all broken down into grams for us, and I don't know because when you break it down into ounces, it's like 0.00 7/8, and you're just like, oh, the brain doesn't even compute that much. But I found that all my bread recipes have cups, and nearly all the recipes that you find online talk about cups. And I just think it's much easier than getting the scales out, getting a bowl, sitting there waiting for the little grams or ounces to click over, when you can just go, doff, that's 1 cup and it's in.
Or just buy yourself a set of, of measuring cups. They come with a little, ring around them. You've got, have a quarter cup, a third cup, a half cup, and a cup,
Yeah, and then you have a tablespoon, a dessert spoon, a teaspoon, and half a teaspoon. Yeah, we all have these measuring things because, lots of recipes will be in grams, but they'll say a teaspoon of sugar or a teaspoon of turmeric or half a teaspoon of chili powder. So we kind of mix them with the British recipes because what putting how many spoons of sugar do you have in? It's not, I have 6 grams of sugar in my tea. Nobody can. I just like the cups because it makes it really easy.
It's interesting that you mentioned that because as I read across the nutritional content, the first thing I did was go to calories and then grams of protein, grams of fat, and grams of fiber, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so it's...
And you're American, right?
Last time I checked. It's interesting how we use, in medical and science, we automatically, we go right to metric terms, but for things like, cooking or buying fuel at the buying diesel, we're still using gallons, and we're, we're doing our recipes here using the old standard English system, right?
Yeah.
But I'm not measuring cubits, right? But I am using, inches and feet, But at least we don't weigh people in stones, okay? So, before you throw that rock at us, that was pretty good, wasn't it?
Yeah, very, very good, very good. Yeah, but we still have miles per gallon with our car. So I can't even compute kind of miles per litre. But
really?
We buy our fuel in litre, but it is priced by the litre actually, that's true. But we'll buy a pint of beer, but you have quarts and pints, don't you? So we know half a pint or a pint. And if you go, stick a pint of milk in that or whatever, it'll be like, and the rest, you go, how many, and you've got a measuring jug, you're like, how many, we look at the pints. It's funny, our brain looks at different things, and we are feet and inches tall, although I do know how tall I used to be before I shrunk in centimetres because it had to go on our passports or some information, so I kind of learnt it, like you all know how tall you are. And the stone, I know you found it all very funny, but it is based on pounds, not in kilos. I cannot get my head round how kilos as weight for humans, human weight. So there is a mixing of the systems, and you're right, grams suits medicine, doesn't it?
And what's interesting
all your pills are in milligrams, aren't they?
How
many milligrams?
When I have to calculate medicine dosage based on weight, it's by kilogram. I have to always convert. So I always have to make the conversion. But I learned a long time ago to get from pounds to kilograms. I think it's right. Am I doing it right? Yeah. There's 2.2 pounds per kilogram, right? Yeah. So all you do is you just take, let's say I weighed 120 pounds. You just cut it in half to 60 and take off 6%, or take off 10%, so you take off 6. So 60 minus 6 is 54 pounds, right? So 54 kilos. So 120 pounds is 54 kilos. Somebody check me if I'm right.
Yeah. Yeah, you will be right.
So you learn shortcuts.
That's just what Finian says.
You just cut it in half and knock off 10%, and you're there. And it works so well. It's like within a kilo. And when you're computing, these doses, it works superbly. Yeah. I don't want to. I'm afraid I'm going to say brilliantly, and if I say brilliantly, I'm going to have to wear the British hat now, and I don't want to have to do that tonight.
Do you not have the word brilliantly?
Not like you do. Bloody hell! You use it every other word sometimes.
Bloody hell! brilliant, Brillo. And I say Brillo, and someone actually said, oh, hi, what does Brillo mean? And sometimes I say Brillo pads, because a Brillo pad is a brand of saucepan scourer that already has this pink kind of scouring, kind of gritty kind of detergent in it, and it is like wire wool, and they're made into pads like shredded wheat. I don't even know if you have shredded wheat.
Or like SOS pads. Madge brings up something, and this is when we're measuring things, and you get down to less than an inch, and we start dealing with half inch, quarter inch, eighth of an inch, 16ths of an inch, and 32nds of an inch. Then you have to really break out the paper, and you have to start, okay, you got 3/8 of an inch of this, and you're going to cut into this. I went through all of this with the bat box, okay?
Yeah. Millimeters, it's the way to go.
No, I completely concur. When it comes to measuring, we should be using metric. It is so much easier to just go meter, centimeter, millimeter. It's so much simpler.
And everyone understands 100.
Right.
100% you all use it. It's just, it makes math so much easier, and it's, I do all my measurements in millimeters, measuring houses, believe it or not. Thicknesses of walls is all done in millimeters.
Well, but I will tell you this. Temperatures absolutely belong in Fahrenheit, because 100 degrees is hot. That's the way it should be. When you get a hot day and it hits 100, you've had a hot day. None of this 36 or it's going to be 34 today. What? That's ridiculous.
That's hot.
What? Yeah, I know, but come on.
I know. I used to enjoy it when I was a kid, saying, it's going to be 80 degrees today. And we were like, oh, that's brilliant. But the one thing I do like is when it's 0, that's the point of freezing. And everything under that is is colder than frozen. And so when people are going, oh, it's 42 degrees today. Brrr, it's cold. And I'm thinking,
yeah.
What is that? Is that like frozen? And that isn't even, it's 32 degrees is water freezing temperature, isn't it?
That's right.
So that to me, it's just like, I'm like, when someone's going, it's 42 degrees and it's cold, and I'm thinking, well, it's not even frozen then. But I didn't even understand. I was thinking, oh, right, is that cold? And then I was trying to work out what kind of like when we've got like -7 degrees, that's quite chilly.
That's very cold.
And then yours would be like, what, 10 degrees?
Yeah.
That would be your kind of, But it's all perception, isn't it? It's what you actually, what means something in your head that you can kind of visualize. And that's why sometimes a cup measurement or a teaspoon measurement or, a pound or a kilo or 25 kilo bag of something, I know how big that is, because that's what pig feed comes in. So I know how heavy 25 kilos is.
And it's the same thing. We get a 50-pound sack here. The 50-pound sack is going to be fairly close to about your 25 kilos.
Yeah. And that's the safety lifting, the lifting.
Pretty much.
You either need 2 men or you need lifting equipment if you lift anything over 25 kilos. So you can't have shop floor staff.
One Texan is fine for any, up to 100 pounds. Easy. No problem.
So your health and safety laws haven't kicked in there. So lots of people are doing pounds and kilos here and what the measurements are. Beverly, thanks. As a nurse, it would be funny if I said you weigh 9 stones.
Yeah.
But you see, it's not 9 stones. It's 9 stone.
Stone, get it right.
It's just weird stuff. It's weird. I don't even know where it came. And do you know where feet came from? Feet came
foot?
From the size of a king's foot.
Yeah, right.
His foot was 12 inches long.
The elbow to the wrist or something. A cubit, wasn't that? It's about this.
Because actually, from your wrist bone to your elbow is the length of your foot. Yeah. Everything, like if you put a tape measure around your wrist, you can take that wrist measurement, and most people will be so many times. The wrist measurement will be as long as this, and your thigh will be twice that, and your head circumference will be. It's all fits
Forensics.
in a mind-blowing thing.
Right.
So
right.
We're so cool, aren't we, us humans? Amazing we are.
Well, sometimes.
I'm just... Oh!
So who's fasting today?
My fridge is making ice. Who's fasting? Beverly is fasting.
I'm fasting.
Who is fasting? Who is fasting? I'm looking now. Everyone's been talking about degrees and weather and stone. I remember using...
I'm just going to call this Vegan Menu 1.
Vegan Menu 1.
This is Vegan Menu 1.
Yeah.
So the challenge will be, can you eat this every day for a week?
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do one a week. So and you can tell us about your variations. Soon you will find out what 100 degrees is in August. Lol.
Oh, you don't? Yeah. Woo! No
I
fun.
love it hot, but everyone's saying no. Stone like plural. Yeah. What is 189 pounds in stone? Well, 140
divided by 13, right? Or 14?
140 is 14, so that leaves 40, 80, that's about 100, 10, it's about 12 stone, I reckon.
What was it, 189 pounds?
Mary Beth is fasting.
189 pounds is 13 and a half stone.
There you go. 13 and a half stone. So yeah, when we say I've lost a stone in weight, people do go, wow, well done, because that's 14 pounds. So we get to kind of lump it in 7. So half a stone is 7 pounds. And you'll get a pretty big difference in how your clothes fit when you lose 7 pounds.
So I
have lost 7 pounds. Woo-hoo!
I've lost 4.4 stone since last year. 4.4 stone. I'm 4.4 stone lighter.
Yeah. And that is massive. That's massive. Massive. So, yeah, we're looking forward to your little cartoon character. Looking a bit more like that than...
Yeah, I need to talk with them I need a new cartoon character.
You do. And that will take him like half an hour to do.
You know what's sad is right now I'm live with you guys right here, right now.
No.
But if you click over on my main channel, there'll probably be 200 people live watching the most recent video.
Yeah.
The one from today, the toenail,
yeah.
The toe pus video, right?
Yeah. I know.
It's just funny. I just think that's, to me, that's just sort of one of those things that's really interesting to me. They don't want to talk to me. They want to see the videos.
Yeah.
I figured it out. It's not about me. It never was about me. It was always about the patients and the videos and their problems.
Yeah.
You know?
People are
fascinated. That's why the patients
by
are always the star.
Yeah, they are. The pustules get the Oscars.
Yeah.
And the talented doctor is a mere prop in the background.
I'm nothing more than a voice and a shaky hand.
Oh, we love you. I think it's great the way you're laughing at all in the background and you chatting and everything. It's really good.
You know what? Some people, they just don't get. They don't understand that it's theatrics. We do that purpose. We kid with the patients on purpose. We actually do that specifically for the video. If we're not making a video, we don't crack up as much. But the patients love it. I mean, and people are like, you all are so unprofessional. I would never treat a patient that way. I'm unsubscribing. Well, you don't get it. They don't get it.
Ta-ra!
I mean, that's the game. That's what we're playing. And we're doing it on purpose. We're not trying to make anybody feel bad.
No,
we're trying to lessen the tension and reduce the stress and make it a more enjoyable experience. And the patients love it. And a lot of times they're like, that was actually a lot easier than I thought it would be. You talked me right through it, or whatever, you made it fun. You made it fun. I dreaded this, but now I'm leaving. I mean, yeah.
Oh, have you already done it? Oh, I didn't realize.
But you made it fun, and I'm leaving with a smile on my face. Yeah. Or, I like coming here because I always leave happy. And when they say that, that's like, wow, that's what I want to hear. Because, life can be drudgery, and if you've got to go to the doctor's office, that's like me going to the dentist. I love my dentist. Don't get me wrong. They're all awesome over there. But if somebody comes to me and they leave with a smile on their face and they feel like their day's better, I've succeeded. That's what I want. I want that.
Yeah, absolutely. Because, well, if you can make everything fun, it's just so much more pleasurable. That's why I laughed every day through my pussy whole back thing that was going on. You just have to laugh, don't you, really?
Well,
and I think it's great. So. I think it's great. I always, it's funny because, some people who are in the professions are so busy being corporate and professional that when someone like me comes in who's just having a laugh about things.
Yeah.
Like the doctor was cutting my back open. Okay, we won't have any comments about that video, but, Wink and I were joking about, will they bring the machine in that goes bing, which is from Monty Python's Life of Brian. And, it's just like the machine that goes bing. And I was going, oh yes, that's from, what's that from? Oh yes, ha ha ha. And I'm going like, yes, have you managed to get through my rhino-like skin yet? And, he was very dry, deadpan kind of, I think he was quite nervous. And, we're just larking about like it's all a big joke. So Wink and I are, and Wink's going, oh goodness me, so that's just, oh my gosh, that's just like all the really disgusting ones that we've watched on YouTube that of course I terrified myself by watching before we went there. And I'm like, really, is it coming out yet? Is it coming? It just like, I kind of, that was really painful, and I didn't really notice. Because of the hilarity.
Lighten up a little bit,
Exactly. You're a long time dead, and life.
And if you don't like our brand of humor, then just don't watch.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's really okay with me.
Yes. It's not like you've got them.
I'm not going to lose any. And some of these comments, most of them are wonderful. Don't get me wrong. But some of them are like, man, don't you have something better to do with your time?
Just than watch things you hate. Like, just
really,
what's wrong with you? Do something you enjoy. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, smiling is great. Oh, Chrissy, hi, babes. Hang on, there's a load of capitals. Are you all just shouting at me, or have you got something?
I think they're just shouting at you, basically.
Mary Beth's Chrissy's fasting. Sorry, I didn't realise that you came on, sweetheart.
Chrissy's fasting, awesome. That's wonderful. Congratulations, Chrissy.
Excellent. Right. Beverly's saying, some night, could doctor do a labs we should have drawn and normal values for everyone? Yeah.
Well, look, here's the thing about that, okay?
Okay.
Now we can talk about what are standard labs that you should look at maybe once a year, but normal values, those values are those numbers that I use every day are not the same numbers. Just like we were talking about before about different systems, I've learned that the numbers that I look at every day are not the same numbers that your doctors look at. Okay, they use different sets, different parameters, and different units. Okay, they use different. You guys use different units than we do.
Different scales for things.
So if you say to me, is it millimole per cubic centimeter, or is it micrograms? We don't use the same measurements here. So that's not necessarily going to be very helpful for you as far as what are the normal values. I can say, well, it should be 13. And you're like, well, mine was 82. It's just like temperature stuff here. We're talking about the same stuff, but we're using different standards. So that's not going to be very helpful for me to do that for you. I can tell you what are the labs. I can say you should have, once a year. I can definitely tell you what things you should get checked once a year. If you're worried specifically about what to look at, If you're a vegan, I can tell you that as well. Okay, I'm happy to go over those things. But as far as what are the normal values, it won't be helpful because we use different nomenclature and different units than you guys do. Say in probably Australia or New Zealand or the islands. Okay, so
okay. Maybe, Beverly's saying like iodine labs, I'm asking my doctor to add to mine every 3-month labs. You see, in the UK, we don't have any labs done. Nobody does any labs or any blood tests or any kind of measuring
which
things.
amazes me because
unless we're ill.
Yeah.
So, because I phoned up because I felt so left out when you were all talking about, I got my labs done and my triglycerides, and I'm thinking, what's that? Has gone to this and this is that, and like all this measurements that you did, like, Beverly with her old in the past type 2 diabetes when she used to have that old disease that she hasn't got now. Whoop! All this, and like that lovely doctor Endelstein, who the 104-year-old cardiovascular surgeon who was saying, if your something is below 150, and I was like, my whole FOMO thing has just kicked in, the fear of missing out. And it was going to cost me about £250 to have these laboratory works done, because I asked you, didn't I, Jack? What should I ask them to measure? And you're like thyroid and this and that and the other, and check this, that and the other. But some of those things aren't on the standard one, that they don't really do in this country. So none of us, I don't even know what my blood group is, So, it is different. But I think it would be good to know, I could always kind of find out what the normal value for whatever is. I could look that up and do.
Well, not only that, if you have blood work done and you get a copy of your labs, the laboratory company will give you a range of what's normal right there with your lab. So you see normals like our testosterone value is normal for a 18-year-old man in the United States is between 300 and 800. I mean, there's a huge range of what's considered normal, right? What is ideal for a 55-year-old man? Well, we can talk about that. We can talk about what's right and what's healthy and what's not necessarily healthy if we're replacing that versus if it's endogenous or not. So, we can talk about these things. So these are all, interesting areas of discussion. Like, we had a big discussion today. I came across a report, some research that I was looking at today. We have a policy in our clinic when we draw blood work. We want you to be fasting, okay? We just don't want you to eat anything after midnight. That's all we want. We want you to come in before you've had breakfast. This is a point of contention with our patients that has been going on since the beginning of time because it's tradition. We want you fasting. We want to do AM fasting labs. We tell our patients, when you come in, be fasting. Don't eat anything after midnight. Drink lots of water so that when they do it's easier to hit the veins if you've had lots of water to drink, right? Just makes sense. Yeah. And they come in and then they tell the nurse, I ate a breath mint. I blew it. So I came across research that's primarily been done in Europe that says, contrary to everything I've been told, I've learned that doing fasting labs is not necessarily the best way to do them. In fact, you're 30% more likely to determine a person's large vessel coronary disease risk, okay, let's put it that way, if you use non-fasting labs.
God.
Okay.
Wow.
Let me just say that for 25 years, I've been telling people that I need fasting labs. Today I learned that's not necessarily the truth.
I'm now going to have to apologize to every patient that I've ever asked to have blood drawn. So I printed out copies of this thing and handed it out to everybody, and they're all scratching their heads and like, you got to be kidding me. I'm like, no, there's research that proves it's better if we just don't do all this. And I'm thinking of all the possibilities. We squeeze all our patients in the morning so they can come in fasting. We'll have 8 physicals in a row. All of our elderly folks are getting in as early as they can because they can't have any breakfast. What are we doing?
Oh, how hysterical! That's hysterical.
So now I'm telling them, okay, we need to rethink this. We can spread the physicals out throughout the day. We don't have to make our patients fast. It's like, this is going to be so great for our clinic, you know?
Oh, that's so funny.
Patients are going to be happy that they get to eat when they come in. It's going to be marvelous. I'm telling you, it's going to be a great thing.
Oh, how funny is that? Well, that's just like, no harm done. At least you haven't been telling them to eat as much meat as they possibly can and have 50 eggs every week.
My goodness. My goodness.
Oh, that's really funny. That's so funny. That's really funny. Chrissy has enjoyed the mushroom challenge you gave her for 30 days so much. She's hooked on them every day and it's now a habit.
I'm going to predict that if she keeps eating mushrooms the way she's eating them, she's probably going to end up with a vitamin D level of about 70, and she is going to love the way she feels. Love it.
How about that for the gauntlet down, Chrissy? I have to say, I keep buying mushrooms all the time now. And,
yes.
And you know this whole thing.
That's why your hair's green.
Yes, yeah, look, so here's the thing, and this kind of goes into why it's so important to have measurements and target. You see, I really want to eat lots of mushrooms because I know that my vitamin D is going to be on point, and I don't even have to worry about it. But a really big part of me wants to know where I was, do the 30 days and see the progress. But there is no way I'm ever going to know that because I can't get my blood works done unless I pay a huge amount of money, and they're all going to look at me like, well, why do you want them done? Are you ill? No, I'm not ill. I'm just doing an experiment. I actually phoned up a private doctor, and he was very kind actually because he gave me about 20 minutes of his time and we talked all about it and everything. And it kind of almost is like a demotivating thing because there's no point in me challenging myself because I won't be able to see the results.
You don't have a baseline to compare with.
Yes!
You don't have the before labs.
I want to be able to say this was my labs and now I've been a vegan here, I'm here.
Don't have it.
It's not fair. Boo.
That's rotten. That's just terrible. You're not going to be able to say you improved so much.
Yes, I know. It's just like, it is. I've secretly been eating myself away about this.
You're going to have to go back to a meat diet for 3 months, ruin your health so you get terrible labs, and then you can make the change again so you have comparison numbers.
Yeah.
So you'll have a good story. You got to have a good story. You just have to have a good story.
I could just measure my backside, and maybe that's all the bar, the kind of the barometer of it I need. But actually, what you just said to Chrissy about, I guarantee was it 3 months' time, if you keep eating mushrooms like that, you're going to have a vitamin B of like D. Sorry,
it does matter.
That does matter.
It does matter. Yeah.
D for does matter.
D for delicious mushrooms. Mushrooms. Yes.
Vitamin M for mushrooms. So because you said it's going to be 70 and I know it was 6 and then she got it to 42, which meant that she didn't have a deficiency. But if she gets it to 70, you just said, and the expression on your face when you said you are going to love the way you feel.
I'll have to go back and watch the video
again. Yeah. There was there was such passion and you will not believe how good you're going to feel. That made me want to try it for myself because that's the whole thing about me that got me doing vegan in the first place, because I wanted to know what all this blimmin' energy was all about and if it was all a load of hot air or if it was actually real. So actually, funny enough, Madge said to me today when I met her and we were walking down the road together, she said when you're our age, you can get a health check and you can get all your blood works done. Well, I thought she was about 40, and so I had to ask her how old she was, and actually she's just a couple of years younger than me, which I was gobsmacked because she looks amazing. So I thought, oh, our age, does she think I'm like 40 or what? Anyway, no one's ever told me I can have any of that, so I might actually I might go and visit my new doctor just to have a wee chat with him and get to know him, or her, whoever it will be. Oh my God, Sue, what about your thyroid, this and that, diabetes? I've no idea. They don't do any labs.
That just amazes me. I mean, screening is so important to catch these problems early, and you guys aren't doing that. I find that really fascinating because in general, I'm a fan of the NHS, your National Health Service. In general, I'm a fan.
Yeah.
But I find that interesting that you don't do, because you save so much money by catching diseases early, and you save a lot of lives too.
No, they just don't do it. And
I'm curious why.
Nobody's ever offered me blood works. I mean, before the day of the cyst, the 6 months of the cyst, my doctor wouldn't see me from 1 year to the next because I never had any reason to go.
Yeah.
If anything was amiss with me, it was like, I've got a sore throat, have my medicine drink, that'll be gone. No need to waste his time with, yes, I have a cold, my nose will run for a bit, and then it will go.
Yeah, but what about colon cancer screening, breast cancer screening? Do you do mammograms?
We do mammograms. In fact, I think I'm having one in March. I haven't had one, for over 10 years. I can't even remember the last time I had one. And we do cervical, smear tests I'm on every 5 years now. So we do that and mammograms, but there was a big scare. They misdiagnosed there was a big error with the machine for a whole load of mammograms that were done that I don't know what happened, but there was some thing in the news about it. You don't have to go to them, but they keep writing to you until you go, basically. Yeah. Your dentist will hound you for your annual checkup if you haven't been there. I don't know why we do it. And also, it was funny because the doctor I spoke to didn't understand why you guys do them so routinely all the time. Like, you can go in and go, can I get my blood works done? And you guys all, you have a barometer to, that's down.
You have the same research that we have, and we know that that we save lives by reducing LDL cholesterol. We know that. I'm not sure why you all. I mean, if you don't do routine labs, you just don't know. If you don't check, but I mean, you all have the same lifespan I think that we have. I don't think that we live any longer than you do. So you could argue that they're not necessary, and you'd make a really good argument about it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I have a lot of people that I treat that are on lipid lowering medications. They're on uric acid lowering medications to help preserve their kidney function and protect them from gout. Blood pressure medications that have diuretics, so that we have to make sure that their potassium and sodium and chloride levels are all okay. We have to adjust medicines based on lab results all the time. Yeah. So.
I think if you've got a condition, they do them because, as you said, you have to monitor an illness. Sure. But I don't have an illness, so they wouldn't do my blood works. But in the States, I would have my blood work done just as like breast screenings.
Once a year.
Yeah.
You would have once a year. You would have a panel. You would have a basic panel. It's very inexpensive, but you would have a basic panel done once a year. You would come in and we would do a quote unquote a physical or a health maintenance exam. We would call it. We would review your screening. We'd make sure you're up to date on your bone density scan if you're due, mammogram, pelvic exam, Pap smear, all of that. We would make sure that you had your vaccinations, the shingles vaccine. If you were due for your flu shot, you would get it. We'd make sure that you had your pneumonia vaccines if you needed those. We would make sure that you had an EKG once a year to check your heart rhythm and rate, make sure that you don't have any significant changes that might be indicative of coronary vascular disease.
Yeah.
If you were a smoker, we would do a chest X-ray. And if you're a man, certain years we would do a prostate blood test. and that's optional, by the way. These are just things that we normally that we encourage people to do. Screening mammogram beginning at age 50, unless you're African American, then it begins at age 45. Or age 40 if you have a family history, an immediate family history of colon cancer. You get a colonoscopy or a colon cancer screening, and there are lots of ways to screen. We actually have DNA tests called Cologuard. We have the FIT test, which is an immunochemistry test we can do on the stool. You don't have to get a colonoscopy, but it is one of the methods by which we might screen you for colon cancer, right? So these things are things that we do. Not mentioned to check blood pressure. And check your height and your weight, and in general, screen for depression. We do depression screening as part of an annual exam, oftentimes, especially in our older patients. We screen them for lots of things: home safety, risk of fall. Lots of things. So,
oh my goodness.
I think every society puts different value on different things, and I certainly would not criticize anybody's healthcare system, because everybody's, has their own, and you sort of love what you have, right?
Yeah.
I think the best school in the world is the one you graduated from, right? Isn't the best college in the world the one you graduated from? I mean, come on. That's the way we all are. We tend to. And British people, you love and hate your government the same way we probably love and hate our government. We have this love-hate relationship with our leaders, and we'll talk bad about our leaders all day long. But if we're in France and somebody talks bad about our leaders, you better watch out. You might there might be a fist fight involved. You start talking about my president. Yeah. Of course, at home I'm going to trash him, but that's my prerogative, right? But everybody loves their healthcare system. I know people in Australia love their system. People in Canada love their system. In America, we tend to hate on our system a lot, but we don't have a terrible system. I think there's a lot of bad press. We get a lot of bad press, but we do some good medicine here too.
I think you do some great medicine here. They're all saying when I'm over in Texas, I should have my blood works done and get all my numbers and all my labs done.
Get your numbers.
Get your numbers down in Texas, y'all. I think I have to do that.
Come to Houston.
I might have to get you. Oh, I've ever got my. Where's my microphone? Is that where the echo is? Overlays, recording, options.
Hey, where are we? Where do we stand with the mugs?
Oh, the mugs arrived on the 20th, and there is a printing error on them.
Oh, I want to see one. Oh, I've got to see it now. I want to see the error.
Okay.
These are collector items. If they have an error on them, they're collector
while items. I go and get one.
Poor Sue.
I know. It's just like, first there was a cyst, then there are 500 mugs that are printed wrong. And then it took me 300 years to get a fridge freezer.
I still have my
list. When I fly into Texas, I'll have to pedal the plane myself. It's just
plane. You can pedal a rowboat.
Yeah. I'll have to just write what I've got. Get away. Right. Here are the mugs.
Wait. Have a fab day, lovely. Yep. That looks good.
And on this side, it says, the colour's great. Can you read that? Good
morning, lovely. What's wrong with that?
Right. Because in there, hang on, God, I can't get the backwards of this at all. In there, actually, it's supposed to say my lovely, and it hasn't printed. But you can't. Oh,
well, that's still pretty good.
I know, but it's just like, if you.
That's fine. I'm trying to do that's fine. You're being too critical.
Look, you can see the my. It's etched in.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, so I was a bit crestfallen about that, because.
You can just get yourself a little white, or a silver colored marker and draw that in.
That's tip-top Tiffany quality for you. So you can only see it anyway, so that I was just like.
Just right, I can see that, yeah. Okay.
So you can see it's supposed to be there, but you can't actually see it there unless you see this, the kind of, it looks like this one's been etched anyway. So I sent them an email and they went, oh gosh, I see what you mean. Right. And the proof has got my written in it. So.
Yeah.
But they're quite good, aren't they? They look really nice.
They look big. They look big.
Yeah.
They look super. They look larger than they look more like 12 ounce. Are those 12 ounce mugs?
I think they are, yeah. They're not the 14 ounce ones. They're the really big ones.
Yeah, those are the 200 milliliter. 200. Are those?
I think so. It's more than a cup.
The 180
more than a cup.
Are those the 180 cc cups? I want to make sure that we have the.
Well,
the
one
right
cup
size.
is 250 grams, so I think they are. I think it's on the description. So, and I'll show you my poly mailers as well. So I can literally fire them out of a cannon across the water to you when finally they're printed correctly. That's me protesting in a dog-like fashion. And these are my poly mailers. See, they go in
look
there.
at that. Yeah, we call that styrofoam.
Styrofoam. We call it polystyrene.
Polystyrene, okay.
Perfect. But we all know in the UK that styrofoam means that, because you call them styrofoam cups, don't you?
Styrofoam, yes.
Yeah.
We call it styrofoam.
So they've arrived, and they arrived on time, bless them. And so the woman phoned me whilst I was with the lovely Madge, and I didn't want to waste any of my limited time with Madge talking about these. So I am going to be phoning them tomorrow, and I think they're going to from the sound of the message, I think they realise that they've messed up, and they'll probably put it on some fast run and get it to me within a couple of days.
Okay.
So anyway, I know they're kind of okay, but you know, they would be seconds if you bought them in a shop, and you know, us lovelies are tip top, aren't we?
Can't have that at all.
We can't have that. Not for my lovelies.
It's been fun, but I have to go shopping.
You have to go shopping. Oh,
I've got to go shopping.
What are you going to buy?
I've got this menu I've got to do tomorrow. So you guys can continue on, but I'm going to have to go, or I'm going to be shopping alone.
Dee is tired all the time. Right, okay, hang on a second. Right, I'm just looking to see if there's any burning questions while we've been giggling away. They're all talking about how often they have to have blood work done, or IOPS, or all that sort of thing. So, yeah, I might get you to stick a needle in me, Jack, and suck out some blood in a kind of medical fashion, rather than a Dracula-like fashion.
Well, whichever you prefer. I mean, we aim to please.
Yeah, you could dress up as Dracula, couldn't you? with your blue wig on or something. Stab me! And we can put that on your YouTube channel, and then there'll be lots of comments from everyone. Oh my God, I can't believe what he's doing to him. Doing to that poor woman. Is she from England?
So unprofessional.
You should go to a real doctor, not this joker.
I'm unsubscribing.
Right now, I'm unclicking my bell that I didn't click properly in the first place.
I'll have no more of that shenanigans.
Shenanigans. Yeah, excellent. Fantastic. Okay, my fabulous lovelies, thank you so much for joining. We've had a bit of fun tonight, haven't we, for sure?
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I am going to be contacting you about the mugs and about the beginning of Wink is doing the Cocoa Skin Plus challenge.
Guaranteed to make you look younger. Shameless plug. We're
going to look 15 by the time we finished it, because obviously we look very young. This woman who I had the moustache that I couldn't see with my 50-year-old plus eyes. I didn't really, you know how you had the nose hair thing done? I had my first. I
did that some time ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I had my first moustache waxing done today, which I thought. But I met this really lovely lady. I don't know if she's on, but I know her name is Dina, and she is our latest lovely. She sent me a beautiful message. A really, really lovely lady. So I had that done today. I don't know why I even started saying that. Yeah, anyway, I had that done today, and I did, so I've put that video up as well. But yeah, we have a new lovely, and everywhere I went, because I was on such a high from meeting Madge today, I made a friend in the Nespresso coffee thing who told me what to put on my eyelashes to make and my eyebrows to make them grow thicker and longer. And she sent me to Holland and Barrett, which is a Whole Foods kind of health food shop. And there I met a lovely lady as well, who is going to be another new lovely who's going to tune in to watch our program. She was interested in the veganism. Then I went to a telephone shop, and the two lads there. What's your channel? I've got to look this up. So within I just had such a brilliant time today. It was really, really good. I was feeling really, really good. Anyway.
So we missed a question. Somebody asked what test gives us the vitamin D level. I order it separately. I just order a vitamin D level. It's not part of a real panel. So I just separately order a vitamin D level. Yeah. So
right.
I hope that answers that.
Okay. So, and Beverly said Wink needs labs more because of his diet. Right on. Anyway, the reason I mentioned Dina is because she had to ask me how old I was, because she couldn't believe that I was 54. And she said I had the heart and energy of a 20-year-old. Bless her. And I met this lovely lady called Jenna, and I hope you'll all be welcoming them when they come on for the first time. So I'm sure you will. So, okay, 18 beautiful lovelies. Thank you for joining in live. Thanks to all of you who will watch on the replay. Lots of love to you all, and happy new plant-based Dr. G style menu that he's created for us all. I shall be rocking that up for you on my channel.
There you go. Let's see how it goes. It'll be fun. Y'all have we'll see you 2:30 Texas time, right? Yeah. 2:30 Sunday Texas time.
Sunday, 3 UK time on Sunday. UK. If you're not getting notifications, although someone said, yay, I got a notification this time. If you're not getting notifications, those times are fixed unless we tell you otherwise. Just stick it in your phone as a recurring appointment, and then at least you'll get reminded, just in case YouTube have got their knickers in a twist. All right then, lots of love.
All right, bye everyone.
Bye.